As we prepare to close the books on another year, I think it is safe to say that we can reflect back on 2022 as the year Lake Charles started to get her stride back. Hi, this is Lake Charles Mayor Nick Hunter. After a very trying 2020 and 2021, it feels a lot different to stand here before you today than it did last year at this time. After recent natural disasters, we still have some distance to travel on the road to long-term recovery. However, we are immensely optimistic about the future and excited to provide this update. Let's take a look back at the progress made against seemingly insurmountable odds over the previous years and look ahead to some exciting things to come in the near future. Recovery efforts from recent natural disasters continue at an increasingly rapid pace across the region. Ongoing repairs to city buildings such as City Hall, fire and police stations, recreation facilities, and arts and cultural venues are nearing completion, and we look forward to celebrating these completed projects in the new year. It was a long and cumbersome fight, but our goal of achieving an equitable and commensurate federal response to the recent natural disasters was finally achieved in 2022. This was a generational, transformational victory for Southwest Louisiana. In total, more than $1 billion in federal supplemental disaster aid has been allocated to our region for recovery in response, again, to the 2020 and 2021 storms. The need for secure, affordable housing has been our most pressing need, and rightfully so. The largest portions of that $1 billion+ assistance is being dedicated to housing, to help our brothers and sisters who need it the most. Residents should be sure to visit www.restore.la.gov for more details on applying for assistance. In addition to these funds aimed at meeting gaps left by insurance and FEMA, we were thrilled to be a part of multiple housing investment announcements this year. Several I'll mention specifically. Housing developer HRI Communities announced their intent to build a new residential complex at the corner of Bilbo and Hodges Streets. When complete, this will add 110 housing units to the downtown area. We were excited to team up with the Calcasieu Council on Aging to announce plans to construct Whispering Hope 2 on Medora Street in North Lake Charles. The city's proposed use of Home American Rescue Plan funds will aid in the construction of more than 20 affordable housing units for seniors directly behind the Whispering Hope community located on Griffin Street. And the Banyan Foundation joined with the Calcasieu Council on Aging to announce another proposed senior living community, Capstone at the Oaks. The project, once approved, will bring 120 units to the 2400 block of 6th Street. It has been many years since we've seen investments of this magnitude so evenly dispersed throughout the city. We, along with the state of Louisiana and HUD, announced a major housing restoration and rehabilitation program that is being funded by HUD, the Louisiana Housing Corporation, and the City of Lake Charles. We've spent the year working through the process of developing program criteria and certifying applicants. We are mere days away from putting a hammer to the first nail needed to restore homes qualified for assistance. Last year, we celebrated the return of downtown festival life and several new businesses, but this year that activity has really ramped up. Just after the start of the year, the streets were once again filled with the cheers of "Throw me something, mister," as Mardi Gras parades once again rolled through Lake Charles. Mardi Gras was followed by the return of Cyphicon in the spring, and a complete Downtown at Sundown lineup helped us usher in the summer and a full return of Red, White, Blue, and You on July 4th. This fall, the streets of downtown came alive once again with 3 stages, food, arts, and crafts vendors as we packed blocks of downtown to dance, shop, and eat the day and night away at Chuck Fest. The city's Christmas Light Up the Lake Festival was also back in full effect for 2022. A number of new events came online as well, and many others are already booking for 2023. Meetings and conventions have also returned in a big way, bringing visitors into the city from a variety of destinations. The Louisiana Travel Summit, the Cyber Security Summit, and the America's LNG Gas Summit are just a few highlights to note for this calendar year. The excitement of professional water sports also made a big splash when it returned to North Beach by way of the 2022 Liqui Pro Watercross National Tour in August. Look for growth of these events to continue as new developments are on the horizon for downtown Lake Charles. New Orleans-based developer Green Coast Enterprises announced their plans to transform the historic property at 710 Ryan Street into a retail and office space while preserving the rich history of the property. The project is set to get underway in the new year with an anticipated completion date of 2024. Work continues on major lakefront developments, and we made a new announcement in 2022. Lake Area Adventures will be bringing waterfront entertainment options to I-10 North Beach. Amenities include boat and kayak rentals and a satellite location for local favorite Paul's Rib Shack. The list is long when it comes to other developments taking place throughout the city. Let's start with the dining scene. The unbeatable smell of breakfast has people flocking to Biscuits and Jams on North Simmons Street, and Friends Food Market on Shattuck Street is serving up great cuts of meat for lunch and dinner. And if you're in a rush and need something sweet on the go, Donald's Donuts is under construction on Highway 171. The reopening of local favorite Pat's of Henderson after completing storm renovations was met with overwhelming excitement. Muffaladas and sweet treats made a triumphant return this year with the much-anticipated reopening of Pronia's Deli and Bakery. Speaking of sweet treats and bakeries, Mid-City is the place to be. Helen Street Bakehouse took their home-based business to a brick-and-mortar location on Common Street. And Twani's Terrific Treats made their way from the farmers market scene to a permanent location on 11th Street, following the Beckery's relocation to their brand new, larger space in Walnut Grove. The addition of sports books opening up at the casino properties brought new dining experiences to go along with them. Golden Nugget is now home to DraftKings, and Barstool Sportsbooks is now open inside L'Auberge. Chicken Salad Chick opened to much fanfare in the recently completed Charvet Crossing on Nelson Road, and Apex Meal Prep and Sushi Box have both been big hits when it comes to locally owned restaurants providing grab-and-go meal options. Kirkman Street is now home to Edgemont Healing Center, a centralized location providing space for a variety of health and wellness activities, and South Beach Volleyball is taking year-round sand court play to a completely new level. Adventure will take on a new meaning in 2023 when Lake Area Adventures opens their new 35,000 square foot family entertainment center on Country Club Road in the former Steins location. We love to see the transformation and reuse of existing spaces like these next few developments. The venue, Lake Charles, has completed a wonderful transformation of what was once a church into a beautiful wedding and event venue on 2nd Avenue. Terran Music, now open in the 2500 block of East Brionne Lake Road, is not only a retailer for musical instruments, but also a repair shop, recording studio, music venue, and home of Village Music School. And just down the road, 11 Salon Spa Sanctuary is providing a self-care experience like no other. Speaking of self-care, Signature Salon also expanded their location in recent months, and renovations have been completed at both Stage 1, the Hair School, and Avery James College. The ongoing rebuild and return of retailers to the Oak Park Square Shopping Center was celebrated this summer when center owner and developer Jaro Development joined with us to announce that Big Lots would be returning to their 180,000 square foot Gerstner Memorial Drive development. This year we also celebrated the return of Market Basket in several locations throughout the city. The transformation of the Mid-City area is continuing with the ongoing facelift to the Mid-City Plaza, home of Jason's Deli and Tuesday Morning, and the completion of the renovations and expansion of CC's Pizza Family Entertainment Center. With continued growth, the need for high-quality education is vital. We celebrate with Calcasieu Parish Schools the continued growth in school performance scores and student leap scores that rank the school system in the top tier statewide. We also congratulate them on the launch of their virtual instruction program. We're also excited to learn of the new partnership with McNeese State University to create the Rowdy for Success Building Cowboys for the Future program. At McNeese, storm repairs continue across the campus, and the completion of Phase 1 of the Contraband Bayou project have provided a beautiful new amenity. We look forward to Phase 2 beginning in the spring and the opening of a new student health center in early 2023. Sewella continues to make repairs across its campus, with one of the most notable ones being the completion of repairs to the Arts and Humanities building, which suffered some of the worst damage from the storms. Perhaps even more exciting is news of Sewella being ranked as the #1 community college in Louisiana by Niche, and among the top community colleges nationwide. This marks the 5th year in a row for Sewella to achieve a #1 ranking. There have been a number of major announcements at Chennault International Airport over the past year. A few of note include the completion of a new Lake Charles headquarters for the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, the completion of an air cargo facility, and emergency operations building. Leadership continues to seek new development and tenant opportunities. The Port of Lake Charles continues to be a driving force in our regional economy, and this year they entered into an agreement with the South Louisiana Rail Facility to load rice at the Industrial Canal. As the calendar ticked past the 2-year post-Hurricane Laura mark, the city celebrated the relaunch of a number of programs. Youth programming is back online with the return of the popular life skills program Teen Connection and the Advocacy and Outreach Mayor's Youth Partnership Initiative. This year, we also celebrated the return of summer camps with a new focus on robotics. The city, in partnership with the Robotics Education and Competition Foundation, hosted a series of 1-week robotics camps where students followed an educational, standards-based curriculum designed to increase student confidence, interest, and proficiency in both math and science. And they had a lot of fun in the process.
Let's go, Andre. Let's go. Let's go, Andre. Let's go. All right, good job.
Along the line of STEM-focused learning, a partnership with the Louisiana Region 5 STEM Center, located at Lake Charles Boston Academy, and the Calcasieu Parish School Board brought the solar system to life along the First Avenue walking trail. The Voyage Mark II takes visitors on a journey through a scientifically accurate model of the solar system, but at 1/10,000,000th of its actual size. Nearby schools are taking full advantage of incorporating this into an outdoor classroom experience. Our Partners in Parks initiative continues to produce results with a host of free partnership events taking place over the last year and a new slate of events already scheduled for 2023. We recently celebrated the reopening of the front portion of Tooten Park with a ribbon cutting and the announcement of the return of the Nature in Focus series thanks to Sasol in the first quarter of 2023. At the end of 2021, we announced Phase 1 of the Retree LC initiative. In conjunction with Bridgestone, Firestone, Sasol, LyondellBasell, and a number of other partners, efforts to replace the thousands of trees lost in Hurricane Laura and Delta were completed in parks across the city. Residents were also treated to a tree giveaway in the spring of 2022 to help replace trees lost on private property. Since being launched in 2018, Partners in Parks has brought over $1 million in enhancements to city parks with no additional taxation to our residents. Now that's progress. We also continue to make major strides in infrastructure throughout the city. In June of 2021, a series of programs were announced to expedite a number of drainage projects throughout the city of Lake Charles. I am proud to reiterate that we have instituted the most aggressive and robust drainage cleaning program in the city's history. Since 2017, crews have been working throughout the city using CCTV to inspect underground drainage, and then those same crews clean out the lines. We have split the cost with the state 50-50 to accomplish this work along state roadways like Ryan Street and Highway 14. Work is also underway on a number of other locations, including major drainage rehabilitation projects on Oak Park Boulevard, 4th and 6th Avenues, and Opelousas and Kirkman Streets. The city was also successful in securing 3 water sector grants funded through the American Rescue Plan. These grants, totaling $15 million, will go towards wastewater improvements at city-owned wastewater plants. In addition to infrastructure projects, the city has also worked with several partners in the area to create programs aimed at providing relief directly to residents and small businesses. The city used a portion of our CARES Act funding to launch the Small Business Stabilization Fund to assist small business owners with reestablishing themselves in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Phase 3 is underway, and in total, phases 1 and 2 helped more than 30 locally owned small businesses with forgivable loans up to $5,000. This message is meant to be a high-level look back over the past year and a quick look ahead of what's coming in 2023. Although we've covered a lot of topics in the past few minutes, we've only scratched the surface with this video. When reflecting back over these past few years, the most inspiring and transformational aspect of our community in recent years isn't anything accomplished by brick and mortar. The people of this community, their resolve and their community spirit have been the driving factor in recent successes. I thank every citizen of this city for your part in our recovery story. On behalf of the City of Lake Charles and from my family to yours, we wish you a prosperous, blessed new year, and we thank you for allowing us to serve you and the great city of Lake Charles.